Yo, what's up guys? We got pokeaim here and there is some new Sun and Moon information. Korokoro has leaked and we have Alolan Meowth and Alolan Marowak confirmed. As well as a few other Pokemon, and we're actually just gonna go over them. This is so cool. I'm definitely hyped. And before we finish this video, we're on Cerebi.net, and I'll be refreshing a ton. Look at that. Look at that. We actually just got more information as it's going. So as we keep going, I'll be refreshing this a ton. So the first images from Korokoro have leaked. Also, I'll be linking Cerebi.net if you guys want to check it out. And I revealed the latest news of Sun and Moon. As always, do note that these translations are preliminary while we work on them. The little sandcastle is called Sunabaa, while the big one is called Sunadeshiro. So we have a new sandcastle Pokemon. Now, while we first saw this, before Cerebi even gave typing, I was like, is this like some sort of ground and ghost type of thing? Because it doesn't make sense that sand would be, well, I mean, Pokemon doesn't always make sense, but how would the sand be able to move? So I was talking about it being ghost and ground, and it actually turns out that both of these right here, both are ghost and ground types. So I was pretty hyped when I saw that. Like, Cerebi tweeted this before he put it on his site, and I was really hyped when I saw that. But we have a ghost and ground Pokemon, and offensively, that is amazing typing. Ground is already just a solid typing, both offensively and defensively. Obviously, having that immunity to electric type moves, and giving it ghost, meaning that it does resist bug, means it's weak to dark, of course, and it doesn't help it at all with its weakness to the ice and water, but it's still not terrible typing at all for an offensive mon, and it looks to be very slow just based on how it is. I mean, I think this is a picture of it swallowing a Pikachu though. Not sure what its ability would be, but maybe it'll be a very slow Pokemon, maybe a defensive ghost. It is a cool spin blocker though it doesn't obviously spin too well versus Pokemon like Starmie, because obviously they threaten it with a Hydro Pump or anything like that. But maybe because it is a sandcastle as well, and even though it's ghost and ground, maybe it'll have something like Water Absorb, because sand is typically found on a beach, and whereas there's beaches, there's water. So maybe this will be something with Water Absorb, and that'll make it a pretty cool spin blocker for things like Tentacruel, which would already resist both stabs if it did have Water Absorb or something like that. And obviously hit them and threaten them with super effective ground typing. We haven't seen Ghost Ground since Golurk, if I'm not mistaken, in Golett. So this is a pretty cool typing that we just got. And we'll be talking about the rest. I just want to, again, I'm just going to keep refreshing as we keep going because more information will be shown. So the next piece of information that we have is we have the pre-evolution of Bewear, which is NUIKOGUMA, and it remains normal and fighting type. And that we can see right here, right underneath the sandcastle. It's actually very cute. It looks like a little pillow pet, but I'm not sure if this thing will actually be strong just like Bewear. However, you do see it swinging its arms, so it's a little scrappy dude. It's a scrappy little dude. So hopefully it'll keep that ridiculous strength that apparently Bewear is rumored to have, as well as its ability. Fuzzy, if I'm not mistaken. And let's actually go to the abilities. I'm going to open up on the side real quick, because if you see the little cup mon right there with Fluffy, excuse me, I said Fuzzy. Halves the damage taken from attacks that make direct contact, but in return also doubles the damage taken from fire type moves. So if we see something like that, this thing might be a little powerhouse. Now next up, again, just information, news, and speculation that we're talking about, but this all is confirmed. We have the fish is a water type and appear to have the ability to change its appearance into a larger fish. Interesting. So this isn't necessarily, well, it didn't open up. Right here we have the fish, which is Yowashi. Yeah, Yowashi. It's a water type Pokemon, and it has the ability to change its appearance into a larger fish. It looks like a submarine. It straight up looks like a submarine, and now it looks like all the fishes just combined. There's a little dolphin going out here, and it's mean mugging, straight up mean mugging. But this is its ability. Apparently, it's not. It doesn't say it's an evolution. We're just going to refresh and see if anything new is happening. Water type Pokemon appears to have the ability to change its appearance into a larger fish. So again, it doesn't. It says it has the ability to change into a larger fish. So I'm not sure if that again is talking about evolution, or the Pokemon is evolving into that, or if this actually is its ability that it gets stronger and bigger, and like it changes forms, kind of like Zen mode Darmanitan, or the Zygarde cell forms, how they change, or like Zygarde 10% into the other form. I'm not sure if it's something like that, though this does look to be like a more offensive and even tankier form than this little thing. This actually reminds me of the baby form of Electros. the really small form of that. I actually forgot the name off the top of my head. But we have a few new Alolan Pokemon as well. It confirms Alolan Meowth and Alolan Marowak, which we all thought about because the one dude, the one trial captain, he had Marowak as one of his Pokemon. He was a fire type leader, so we already assumed that Marowak would be fire. But apparently Alolan Meowth is dark type, while Alolan Marowak is fire and ghost. And we have a little bit of sneak peek over here. So we have Meowth. All right, my boy, looking pretty snazzy over here, becoming its dark type. And then Alolan Marowak just looks sick with its blue fire, and it is holding that. It's still holding its bone. So the ghost kind of makes sense too when you think about Cubone in a way, because Cubone wears the dead skull, or the dead skull, well, the skull of its dead mother. And in the original games, Marowak was a ghost, not typing wise, but there was a Marowak ghost in the graveyard, so it kind of makes sense. It's cool that Pokemon just doesn't forget, man. It's cool that they're bringing something like this. And Marowak actually looks sick. Ghost and Fire. Well, let's talk about Dark Meowth, for example. Meowth has a great moveset, and Persian does as well. Not only do they have Fake Out, so that instant priority, but they also have access to Knockoff and Becoming Stab, U-Turn, so kind of like a faster Liepard in a sense. Obviously, and also has access to like Nasty Flat, just like Liepard as well. And Persian does have Ignition. I'm not sure how the abilities will change as we keep going with the Meowth. I love how you still don't see. Look at Alolan Executor just killing it up here. But again, Dark Stab is always great. Not sure if they'll give her different moves. But Stab, Knockoff. I'm pretty sure Persian has access to Knockoff, if I'm not mistaken. I know it has Fake Out, U-Turn, Return, all that stuff. Let's check it out. Persian. Let's actually go through Persian's move pool. Yeah, obviously Knockoff. It's a normal type, so it's good stat. It has Dark Pulse as stat. I mean, it's a normal type. We know that. So normal types have amazing movesets. So a Dark Pokemon with the ability to hit Fairy types. Look at that. Gunk Shot. Persian has Gunk Shot. And I'm talking about, as Meowth evolves, obviously. It has a good moveset. It is a normal type Pokemon, so it's gonna retain. I'm assuming it's gonna retain that moveset. But then again, Alolan Meowth could have a completely different moveset than regular Meowth, just because obviously regular Meowth is normal type. So Alolan Meowth might just have a completely different moveset which caters towards the dark typing, which means that it might just lose a whole bunch of the attributes that Persian gets just because it is normal. But again, it's still cool to think about potentially a nice strong dark type like Persian. Persian is fast. 115, that's 361 if I'm not mistaken. Yep, max. Doesn't have the best offensive stats at all. But I mean, again, if it gets Dark Stab, maybe it'll change up a bit. And obviously Marowak is pretty cool. It loses that ground completely, but Fire and Ghost, really good offensive typing as well. We already know Chandelure is pretty powerful, or was pretty powerful back in Black and White. Unfortunately, that weakness to Dark kind of sucks. Because this would be a Pokemon that once completely destroyed Tyranitar, is just trapped by based on typing alone, obviously, not based on anything else. And again, we can assume that maybe it'll get some sort of fire physical move. I'm assuming it's gonna get Flame Wheel or something like that, but hopefully get something better, and then something better for Ghost. Because what do we have for Ghosts that are physical? We have Shadow Force, Shadow Claw, Shadow Punch. But hopefully Marowak gets something different than that. And what else information do we have? We have the first piece of the antagonist team. It's a boss. Its boss is called Guzuma, and the girl is Baremi, and we'll bring more as it comes. Alright, that's just the information that we have right here. So I guess this is the antagonist. Or this is the antagonist team. Alright, so we finally get some information. Squatting up, I see them. So we're gonna refresh the page one last time, just to see if we got any more information. So unfortunately, there's no more information for right now. But again, I'm not sure if this actually means it evolves into this. I feel like it does, because similar to these arrows right here all point that they evolve. So I'm assuming instead of it says has the ability to turn into, okay, It appears to have the ability to change its appearance into a larger fish. So again, I'm not sure if that's actually changing it. I can't read this. Or it's actually evolving straight up into that. Or maybe this thing can evolve into 2 different forms. Who knows? I'm just taking it literally. But obviously we don't know. But yeah, I'm actually very, very hyped. I love that we're getting new information. And we're supposed to be getting new information on the 12th as well. So that's only a couple days away. But of course, you guys can leave your thoughts down below. I would love to hear them. And I'll be linking Cerebi as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. So goodbye, friends.